By the way, so when you were coming up, and you're saying 21, you kind of knew because I'm trying to act on I don't want to avoid this kind of weird, and then you're like, I want to go give this a shot.
I was a banker. I was at Lehman Brothers.
Get out of here!
Wow.
Yes.
What year was
21,
this?
33.
Right out of college, I was a history major. I bullshit my way into the accounts receivable payables department. And I was there for 16 months, and I was like, I just don't care about mortgage-backed securities. I was taking a class on that. I got good REM sleep in that class. Good REM sleep. I just wasn't my thing, bro.
If you cared a little bit more about it, you could have prevented a 2008 meltdown, maybe. Mortgage-backed
Come on,
securities.
Bryan
Bryan Callen.
he was
There he is, guys. Bring him in.
If I had looked at the tranches.
When were you there? Late 80s, early 90s?
I was there in, I was there. I graduated 89. I was there 89, 90, 91.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a time to be.
Lehman.
Adam's right. It was his fault.
I temped at Goldman Sachs for almost 2 years, and
This is where were you?
I was in New York City.
In New York City.
Oh yeah. So I worked a couple blocks away from the World Trade Center. So Goldman Sachs was where I saw back then, dude, that the quality of people they'd get. You would come in, I would see the resumes. You'd come in, you'd be like a Delta Force guy, sent yourself through Harvard, and you could play the cello, and you spoke 20 languages, and they'd be like, you know what? Nah.
Wow.
It was unbelievable, the quality. Of
How did you get in?
I was an
actor.
I was a temp. I was an actor, writing bad plays, doing stand-up, doing whatever I could.
Was it your personality that sold it or no? Like, was it a because it's not the resume, right? It's the personality.
Yeah,
Did they meet you? They're like, we like this guy.
I can find. I find more. I make.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah,
I get them laughing. Bro.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a professional jackass around?
Yeah.
You know?
By the way,
That's me here.
just so you know, that's exactly how I got my job at Morgan Stanley.
Really?
I was just going to say that.
Dude, let me tell you. You're talking to Vince Vaughn, and Vince asks you a question.
Good friend of mine. Good friend of the show. Vince Vaughn.
In the event that so you're talking to him, and you say, so tell me, what are the three? He asks you the question.
Exactly.
What are the three things you say?
Well, I was interviewing a lot of models, women, about what they're looking for in a man, and comes along Vince Vaughn. I'm like, hey, Vince, you want to do an interview?
Yeah.
Valuetainment, PPD. Oh, yeah, I know that. What's up? So I say, well, you're the famous wedding crasher. What advice do you have for men? Well, here's what I think. And he goes, and nobody does this, and this kind of goes to your point of being curious and inquisitive. He goes, I don't know, but I see you asking all the women, what are your thoughts? I go, thanks, Vince Vaughn,
Well, Vince is. I know him a little bit too, and Vince is. It's also helpful that you're 6'5" and handsome.
Yeah,
extremely. Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
But he's also a guy who never was a womanizer. He was out to hang with his boys. Yeah. He was driving a Cutlass at the height of his, powers. That guy,
Swingers.
Bryan, he was never a womanizer.
No, I mean, I know from what I know. He was never that guy who was out. I mean, he'd find a girl in his glove compartment. They were hiding everything. My friends have done movies with him, and they're like, dude, it's crazy. But he never was. He wasn't that guy. He was more about hanging with his boys.
Yeah,
that's why people love him.
Was he like a mensch? Was he a mensch?
He's a real
he's a mensch. Yeah,
great guy.
So anyway, so he asked him a question. He says, he says, hey Vince, you'd be surprised what all the girls are saying is the biggest turn on for them. He says, what's that? Humor? He says, yep. Getting them to laugh. He said, if we can get them. So with humor, you can get into so many different.
Crazy. It's insane because
Vinny's like, how do you think I get laid out here?
Yeah. By the way, I'm not rich. I'm not in movies, but it's just something where and it's weird. Like, I mean, I've seen the hottest girls that are just like, what's some dude? And he's like, he makes me laugh.
Well,
is that it?
Think about the times, the friendships you have. And the things you hold on to, the guys you've known for 20 years. What is the connective tissue? It's the times you were laughing, man. Mm-hmm. It's the times you were just, it's like that George Carlin thing too. It's like they're the times you feel the most alive, and you almost forget you're human. One is inspiration. Right? It's like George Carlin said, don't worry about the number of breaths you take, how many breaths are taken away from you. How often are you left breathless, right? It's so true because that would mean that's sort of that moment of inspiration. You hear an amazing piece of music, you see an amazing movie, you are having this moment with your friends where you would rather be nowhere else, or it's a moment with a woman where you're like, I love this. Whatever those moments are, you forget you're human. So it's like laughter. Mm-hmm. Laughter is intimacy, man. Laughter. If I'm not laughing or learning, get me out of there, bro. Like, I'll see you later. I got kids,
Yeah.
Dude, we're so aligned there. I mean, it's you. when you ever been in you're shooting the shit with friends, you're at the house, you're smoking cigars, you're at a bar, wherever you are, and then all of a sudden you're looking at your watch, you're like, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Exactly.
What the hell just happened?
How great is that?
Great conversations, great laughter. It's an unbelievable high.
And add food, add great food.
That's mandatory.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, mandatory.
Forgive me for forgetting that, because without the food,
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.